All right, so I stripped the condensers out of the boxes. I plan on buying new condensers and keeping the AC system. I'm gonna do the condensers and the motors because those are a common problem, I guess, with the NSX, that these motor fans or motors for the fans stop working. The boxes are trash, but gonna clean them up. Gonna do my best not to keep buying brand new shit for this car because it's not a museum piece. And I want it to be a driver still, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of buying every single piece I can brand new for the car because it's really not the way I want to go with this. Yeah, there it is. Condenser box is emptied. I'll dry ice blast them, sand them, clean them, whatever I gotta do. I will not be putting paint on them. I can't stand painted plastic. But yep, that's it. Fender is off the car. It's the first time I've ever taken a fender off of an NSX. Taken everything else off except doors and rear fender. But first time fenders came off, they didn't put back that bolt, so that was kind of annoying, but didn't get put back. You can see all the overspray on the harness. I gotta get that all cleaned up. The hinges need to be sanded and they will be painted also. All the cowl will be sanded, engine bay will be sanded. Yeah, so that fender's off. I started taking the interior out so I could take off the rear quarter panel or rear fender, whatever you want to call it. But I need to take the whole headliner out just to get one more bolt up in this area off that piece. Yeah, so got that all out. Got all this stuff out, but the headliner needs to come out. And after the headliner and the interior comes out, I'll take the rear fender off, and then I'll probably do the door last. Glass in the door, strip the door, and I'm gonna pull the dash out so that I can get this whole harness out and start cleaning up under the dash also. That's, yeah, that's the fender off. In the engine bay, the front bay, I still got a bunch of stuff to take out. I'm kind of trying to keep the car running still right now. So next I'm gonna take out the heater blower and anything else that I can get out of there without having the car not drivable. I did notice when I bought this car, something was up with the front radiator support. You could see like there's grinding marks and stuff, even on this side. Something was up. It doesn't look like the car was in an accident because everything else is like perfectly fine and like aligned, and I don't know why, but I also, while I started looking it up, I remembered seeing a Japanese car that it had rivets here and here. Come to find out, the Japanese or the JDM NSXs have two rivets holding this top piece. This whole top piece, I ordered one up, it was 150 bucks. So I'm just gonna replace it because all it is two rivets there, and then it's also just two bolts here. Those two bolts, and it literally just comes right off. This whole piece also just bolts on and off, which is different than the EK and the DC for me, and the EG. I've never seen where the whole thing just comes off nice and easy. So figured for the $150, I couldn't stand how this looks, and I don't want to put filler and sand, and I'd rather it be riveted the way it's supposed to be riveted, even though I'm sure welding is stronger, but it's just not how it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna swap that top bar, whatever you want to call it, before plan on painting it, just so it's just right and clean. But yeah, that's Something else that just been driving me insane, which I couldn't figure out, but you can see underneath it, and there's like just 2 weld marks where the holes were for the rivets. I don't know why they didn't just rivet it on like it should be, but yep, that's getting replaced. Hopefully that comes soon. The bumpers are just hanging out here waiting to be stripped. Yeah, I've been kind of just putting these off just because there's a lot of pieces to both of them, and I don't know, I've just been waiting. Gonna strip these. This rear bumper is in crappy condition, but again, I don't want to buy brand new crap for the whole car, so I'll scuff this all down. This part over here looks hideous. I'll clean that all up, sand it down. I'll probably end up having to trim black this piece, which I'm not excited about. I'll try to like polish it off and see if it looks decent, but that whole rear piece is gonna get cleaned up. I gotta separate it because there's 2 pieces for the rear bumper, and then I think the front bumper is actually the worst part of the car. It's in pretty, I don't know what you want to call it, but paint chips, spider cracking. Yeah, so this is probably going to be my least favorite part of the car, but again, I don't really care. It's just gonna get painted and then be driven. So, but the front bumper is definitely probably the worst part of the car, other than the driver's side door that has a massive dent in it. Yeah, so still got to strip these down. That should be it. I got one more headlight to strip down. Debating if I want to strip them both at the same time or do one at a time, just so I don't confuse parts up on them, but should be good. I need to drop them off to get powder coated, and then hopefully just dry ice blast the motors on them and the harnesses. I'm gonna have this other aluminum bracket off, and I'll powder coat that too while it's off. But that's pretty much it for disassembling stuff. Yeah, that's about it right now.